Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
Hold on to your butts.
Welcome back to the Basement Game Day Podcast. I'm Ivan Vargas. I'm one happy camper. Even though, what the hell is that? What was that?
Hey, you should be happy. That's a woo for you, for the Bears. That was a Bears woo. The Bears got the W today, and they didn't even play.
Thank God, because you know what? I was sitting there at the end. I'm sitting here. For those of you that don't know, my fiance Emily, she's a Packers fan. She's from Wisconsin. I'm a Bears fan. We love each other. I know, right? We love each other. But man, dude, dude, the Packers defense needs some help.
We talked about that. I mean, they did exactly what, dude. I had it. I actually called the play. I was like, watch, they're gonna run, and it's gonna be a touchdown. Done.
Hi, Ed. Nice to meet you, Ed. Thanks for joining.
What's up, Ed?
But yeah, no, you're right. Like as soon as they were able to maintain in that third quarter, as soon as Phillip Rivers made up for that interception, they started running the football. They started running the football late in or early in the third, and that's when you seen it change. It was 28-14, bro. At one point, it was 28-14, and then all of a sudden they started running the ball with Jonathan Stewart.
Yeah, John Taylor. Yeah, no,
John Taylor.
Yeah. The one problem I can say about the Colts in this game, in another game maybe it works out for him, but the thing I didn't understand about Indianapolis at the beginning was why are you running Nyheim Hines? Taylor is your bruiser. That's the guy that's going to wear him down.
You drafted him to be your feature back. Why is he not your feature back?
Nyheim Hines, if you want to run outside the tackle, he's your guy. You want to run inside the tackles, it has to be Taylor.
Nyheim Hines, six carries. 4 of them probably should have went to Taylor. 6 carries, 2 yards. 6 carries, 2 yards.
Yeah, exactly my point. Exactly my point.
You give Taylor 4 more carries, the guy has over 100 yards, I feel like.
Oh, easy.
Jonathan Taylor had 22 carries, 90 yards. It was a great day for him. Great day. Phillip Rivers, he made up for that interception in the first half. 24 of 36, 288, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. I mean, they made up for the ground that they lost by the bonehead mistakes and just, Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I mean, that's, this is what we talk about pretty much all the time. And I know it's heavy on the Bears. We grill the Bears about it, but I mean, this is what you call NFL coaching.
Yes.
This is coaching. This is the part of Andy Reid's tree that actually works. Not that other bullshit you see in Chicago with Matt Nagy. This is a head coach and a defensive coordinator. I feel like all the coordinators as a whole are on the same page. They are on the same page. They know football. I'm telling you what, after what I saw, they a little closer than I'd like, but I'm telling you, man, I'm still thinking Indianapolis has a shot at getting to the Super Bowl.
I mean, we talked about it. We talked about it months before. We talked about it. We talked about it ad nauseum. I felt like it was gonna be Colts, and I know I'm gonna hang my head in shame. I felt like it was gonna be Colts, and it was gonna finally be Cowboys. But that obviously is not the case on one end. But the Colts still have it. The Colts still have it. Defense, like I said, dude, that defense was the key. They were able to contain. They let Aaron Rodgers beat them. They didn't let Aaron Jones beat them as much. Aaron Jones had 10 carries, 41 yards in the touchdown. But we know if Aaron Jones is on, Aaron Jones could run for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Easy.
Plus the receptions.
Yeah. No, I would have liked to see the Colts defense tighten up a little bit more. I feel like they were kind of playing off, especially the one pass that Tanyan out to the sideline there. Like why is that defensive back playing 15 yards off of him? Like he's not a threat. He's not a threat. Get up on him.
Come on, bro. 15 yards. Like you're
For
playing
him?
that much. Like that's how much respect you're giving Tanyan.
Yeah. I was like, what are you? That should have been that should have been a pick six right there.
Like, I don't think you're wrong, dude. I don't think you're wrong. I was just shocked. I was like, why aren't you attacking? Like Tanyan though.
I was like, why is that guy so far back? Like, are we playing this shell, this prevent shit? Like, if you go to the prevent, Aaron Rodgers is going to beat you underneath, suck you down, then go right back over your head. That's Aaron Rodgers is smart enough to see that. You know what I mean? Like that's if there was a flaw that I could say today, I would say, you know, I'm sure there's a couple of them. I'm sure the defensive coordinator is going to be like, yo, it's this, and this. But I mean, that fourth quarter, like that game should have been wrapped up. And then also, you know, those penalties today for Indianapolis. Like if Indianapolis didn't have all those penalties, it's a 52-31 game or whatever that final score was. They would have two more touchdowns at least.
Well, you know what, Luke, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. And I feel like, you know, look at the total yardage. Indy 420.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Green Bay 367. I mean, it opened up in the second half. It really did. And I mean, it was a great game. It really was.
Yeah,
it really was a great game. It really was back and forth. Like both teams were evenly matched. That's how crazy it was to me. Is that they were evenly matched. I thought one or the other would have ended up dominating, but it really wasn't. They stuck to their game plans. It wasn't a blowout. It wasn't like, you know, somebody getting a big break. It was just straight up football.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
it was blow for blow and down to the wire. That was it. It was great. It was a great game.
Yeah, no, it was best game. I mean, so far, best game I've seen today so far.
Yeah,
I mean, I can tell you that. Hopefully the game that's coming up next is a little better. Or as good. Doesn't have to be better. As good. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the Colts, man. Like I said, if they were running Taylor in those first quarter, first two quarters, I feel like they would have put him to bed in the third or fourth quarter. But they chose to go with Nyheim Hines. You know, the coach's decision, whatever. I get it.
Dude, he had like I think he had 9 carries in the first. He had under 10 carries.
Right.
Why is Jonathan Taylor under 10 carries in the first half?
Yeah, and then I mean, and you saw the carry like late in the fourth quarter. Yeah. He hit that line. And he's dragging like 4 guys.
They had to keep running. Like you have to keep running them. I'm sorry. I understand you want to mix it up.
Mm-hmm.
But Jonathan Taylor literally just like a hot knife through butter, right through that.
Right. That's what he's
right through the middle.
That's what he's built for.
Keep running your big back through that defense. I don't know why they went away from it.
Yeah, no. Keep hitting him with the big back up front, make him stack the middle, and then throw a toss or a pitch out to Nyheim and let him smoke him on the outside. I feel like it was just a little bit backwards in that first half. If Taylor would have been beaten on that defense those first 2 quarters, I guarantee you that, because you saw they started giving him up. They started giving him up to him. They're in the third and fourth quarter. They started giving up those runs. They started giving up. If they'd have beat him for 2 more quarters, the Green Bay would have been tired. They would have been sluggish, and I guarantee you there would have been much more fruitful pickings for Indianapolis. It's just for whatever reason, you know, maybe they learn from it. Let's see. You know, I mean, it is what it is.
Maybe they learned from it. But you know what? It was a big win for the Colts. They came back.
Well-fought win.
Hard-fought win.
Right.
They came back when I thought they were going to go ahead and lay another egg. You know, we've seen them lay an egg a couple times. It was, you know, they're now 7-3. The Packers are 7-3 now. They're going into a game next week against the Chicago Bears. That's a rivalry game. I don't want to hold the Bears to a high standard because we know how well that offense is. So I'm going to stay right about here, even keel. The defense we know is great, but that offense is trash. So like I'm going to go ahead and say that the Green Bay Packers, you know, they're at risk. Like I'm still going to say that they're at risk for taking 2 in a row.
They are,
because you never know coming out of the gate. Now that you know Bill Lazor's calling the plays.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you know Bill Lazor's going to have time to go ahead and figure out what works in this offense, if anything. if anything, I think that you have a good shot at beating the Green Bay Packers coming off of a loss if you are able to go ahead and dissect which plays you can take from that shitty-ass playbook and implement them into the game where they can find success, or you strip the shit down to bare bones and you just keep it simple, stupid.
No, that's exactly. You remember when we talked last Sunday night with Sean and Jay?
Yeah.
Dude, I told you. I feel like if Trubisky and Foles can't go, you'll see the Chicago offense actually work because it'll be stripped down. It won't have all the bullshit, glitz and glamour. Hey, we're gonna throw parallel and hope that our guy that we threw the ball to 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage can beat somebody for 70 yards. You're gonna see a stripped down, back to basics football plan, and that's it. That's all they need. Like, I don't understand why they. I mean, there's a lot of things I would do with the Bears. I mean, I don't even think we have enough time on this show for me to start getting into all that. But I called it last week, and I'm going to stick by it. I say the Bears go into Green Bay and they beat Green Bay.
I can see it. I trust me, dude. Like, every game that we've called this year, I see both sides, I saw the wins and I saw the losses coming. The thing is that they're still there, which is it blows my fucking mind how a Chicago Bears team, with how bad they played, caught a break with the Vikings losing and the Packers losing and the Lions losing. Oh my! I mean, seriously, like you've caught a break. Going this bye week, it should be all study, all work. It should be all work. There should be no rest. For the team that doesn't have it all together. There should be no rest for the team that's trying to, but is not doing on the field. There should be no rest. That team should be working hard right now on the bye week. At least studying. Studying. And at the very least, if you want to rest your body, cool, rest your body. Figure out what the hell you're going to do. You need to be in contact with your players this week. I don't give a shit. You need to be in contact because your fucking players don't understand how to run the system, or the system can't be run with the players that you have. Either way, they need to be in there and focused on what they want to do to beat Green Bay next week.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I mean, the huge thing that the Bears have in their favor is the simple fact that Green Bay's only seen Laser call one game, so that there's not a lot of tape on what Laser's game plan is. You know, so I mean. You saw God, please tell me he does not try to pull the same shit with every time Cordell Patterson's in the backfield. He's getting the ball. That's ridiculous.
We know he's running.
Stop that.
Cordell's in the backfield. Cordell's running. All right.
Stop it. Just stop it.
Look, as bad as Green Bay is on against the run up the middle and how quickly they wear, I can't even be confident that this team is going to do exactly that in order to put their team in position to win.
Well, here's the other thing. Pierce better be your starting running back.
Artavius Pierce. Or Lamar.
Why not both of them?
Maybe Montgomery comes back this week.
Okay. Oh, is David coming back?
Then it should be just those three. I don't want Cordero in there.
I would love to see David Montgomery and Pierce in the backfield together. I think that causes problems because we saw what Pierce did. He only got 3 carries, but he was gouging them. Like, let him give him the ball. Give him the ball.
They both got 2 carries. There are 2 touches. Excuse me, both 2 touches. They both were. I mean, all 4 of the plays were successful.
Exactly my point.
All 4 of those plays were successful. Get it in your playmakers' hands if you're this Bears team going into next week on a Packers team that they took a hard-fought loss.
Yeah.
They lost another guy in their secondary. You have to be able to throw downfield for the love of God. But I mean, the problems lie within that offensive line. If you can figure out how to get that offensive line firing out and working together, then you find success. But I don't see that team. I don't see this team doing that.
Well, my thing is with the Bears. They have speedsters. You know what I mean? They have Miller. They have Mooney. You know, let Allen Robinson. He's your deep guy all day. And then you have the tight ends too. So how about we use Aaron Rodgers' formula against Aaron Rodgers? 4 steps back, a drag route, bam, hit a guy, hit one of your speedsters quick, let him push the ball in the field, make somebody miss. You never know. And if worst comes to worst, you still have the ball out of your quarterback's hand and you're not going backwards.
You know why you're wrong? Because you're logical. You know why you're wrong? Because you're logical. That's why.
Well,
in all jokes aside, you're absolutely fucking right. You're absolutely right. We watched this. Me and you have watched this team.
Yeah.
And so much to the point where we could call the plays.
Yeah.
We have called the plays.
Right. Yeah, it's unbearable, man. I mean, no pun intended, but I'm still thinking. I'm telling you what. If Montgomery in that line here, that all 2 weeks, it should be the whole team standing around the offensive line, lining up, 3 people behind each other, running at them, moving, making them make an adjustment, and that is the only drill. Because I'll tell you what, if that offensive line could start giving a little bit of protection or open a hole, dude, it's a different Bears team. It's a different Bears team, and the quarterback doesn't have to take the brunt of the lashing because he doesn't have to throw 40 times.
Luke, just this much more.
Yeah,
just a little bit more, and the team is different. The whole team is different. The whole
100%.
The whole projection of the team to the national audience is different. It is imperative that they go ahead and they find that nasty, like you talked about.
Yep. And there's nobody there's not a dominant defensive lineman on Green Bay. I'm sorry, I don't care what you want to say. There is no dominant defensive lineman on Green Bay, period. I'm saying it. There's not. Because if there was, you wouldn't see them getting gouged up the middle like we've been seeing week after week after week. But like I said, they have. Yep.
We talked about it before.
Yeah.
We talked about it before. They're pass rushers, just like KC. They're pass rushers because Aaron Rodgers can get Aaron Rodgers could give you 2 touchdowns ahead real quick, and you want those guys off and going. Like they're pass rushers. Establish the freaking run. Find a way to run the football, and you'll find success. The Colts showed you how to do it. The Bucs showed you how to do it. If you go into this game that's the Chicago Bears next week, not planning to run it down the motherfucking throat of the Green Bay Packers, you deserve to lose. You deserve to lose out, and I just don't care. I wouldn't care if this team lost out if they did that. If they didn't do that against the Green Bay Packers.
Hey, and I'll tell you another thing. Flip side of the ball. It's got to be the same kind of aggressiveness. I'm sorry, Pagano. Let him go. Let him go. Blitz him. We all know what Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers gets those happy feet. Let him go. Don't let Aaron Rodgers beat you the week before you play him.
Right.
Don't let that get in your head. Don't let that get in your head.
Don't let him beat you off the field.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
That's that Mike Tyson shit.
Right.
That's I'm gonna beat you before I even step into the ring.
He did it numerous times. Numerous times.
Yeah, exactly. He's beaten teams before they even stepped on the football field.
Exactly.
That's how good Aaron Rodgers is. He's beaten teams before they even lined up. You can't let this man beat you psychologically before you can step on a football field.
I mean, we saw today. Like, what was it? His first pass today was like a 50-yarder, Devontae Adams. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. The guy's good. But, like, listen, he's a human. He's no different than Peyton Manning or any of these other quarterbacks like you've ever played. Like, these are he's still human. He's still quarterback. He still makes mistakes. He still hates pressure. It's the same thing for every quarterback. You got to let that defense eat. I mean, they got to eat. You got to tie the bib around their throat and be like, listen, we're not even using silverware today. We're going to get messy. That's what you got to do. You got to throw the bib on him, let him eat, let him get dirty, let him get back there, rattle him, and then, hey, because here's the worst thing that can happen. If you get there, it's 2nd and 17. That's the worst thing that can happen. And then if it keeps going throughout the game, guess what? That defense is on the field a hell of a lot longer. And we just saw the Colts just showed you the MO. They kept that defense, that turnover that came down towards the goal line. That defense was tired as hell after that Indianapolis drive. Then they got that turnover, and that defense had to come right back out there. Dude, that's the worst position you could put your defense in.
You know what, dude? Let's wrap this up because we have 3 minutes until the Raiders and the Chiefs, and we got to go ahead and watch that. But you know, going into next week, it was a tough loss for the Packers, good win for the Colts. Going into next week against the Bears, you know, and I'm going to go look at it as if I were the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to run it down the Bears' throat. I'm going to run, and I'm going to run some more because the running that they did today wasn't enough. For Green Bay. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. You were up 28-14. And it disappeared.
Or is that just credit to how good that Colts defense really is?
It could, yes, it could be that. It could be that. I don't know. But just when I look at the stats for the Packers, 20 carries between 3 guys, I mean, that's not enough, dude. That's not enough. Aaron Jones should have probably had 20 himself. Aaron Jones should have had 20 himself. And when you're up, like I said, when you're up 28-14, you gotta you gotta eat that clock.
Yeah.
You have to be looking at eating that clock to help you out in the back end of the game. But you know what? It is what it is. Colts win over the Packers, and I'm happy about it. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get to the last game that we're gonna bring to you guys, and that's the Raiders versus the Chiefs. I think it's in Vegas.
Yeah, it's Vegas.
It's in Vegas. So Raiders Chiefs in Vegas. It's going to be a good one. You're going to see that beautiful stadium out in Las Vegas, and it is beautiful. Hopefully it's a good game like this last one was, dude. Colts and Packers. I'm glad I picked it because it was a great game. But you know, we'll see. We'll see if the Raiders are going to be able to pace the Chiefs or if the Chiefs go ahead and just rout the Raiders. But I doubt either. I think it's going to be a really close game.
The Raiders don't have to pace the Chiefs. I mean, the Raiders have to play defense. They know the Chiefs' MO. Mm-hmm. You know the Chiefs' MO. It's going to be Kelsey 20 yards deep or Tyreek Hill all the way down. You've played them already once. You go back, you look at your film, you see what you did right. You hone in on the things you did wrong. And if I'm John Gruden, I don't know that I changed too much about what I did in that first game. Because I feel like that's the tendency. It's the same thing we were just talking about with Aaron Rodgers. Is you're letting Mahomes beat you before you play him. So I feel like that's the tendencies for a coach to want to have that, like, we gotta, but you know what? You really don't, because you had him right where you wanted him, and you got the W. So don't try to get too fancy or panic just because he is who he is. Like, you played him tight. You played them tough, and you're a physical team. Let's show Kansas City how physical we are. And Waller's got to be big, and Jacobs has to be big today.
Got to be physical with the Chiefs. That's one of the things that helps you, wear them down, and finally, eventually get over the top late in the game. You have to wear them down. You have to beat them up. You have to be physical. Mm-hmm. But you know what? The Chiefs are the Chiefs, and that's why they're the champs. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. This is the Basement Monsters podcast. We're going to get to you guys at the half of Chiefs and Raiders. I'm Ivan Vargas. That's Luke Nettles. We'll see y'all in the halftime. Peace.
Later.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
Hold on to your butts.